Why, hello there YouTube and welcome back to my MCU Phase 4 ranking. So in part 1, if you've not seen that, I did my ranking of the MCU movies in Phase 4. Now I'm going to do the shows and specials on Disney Plus that we got in this one. So it's all my personal opinion as always. There are 11 in total here, so let's just get on with it. So coming in at number 11 is She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Yeah, this one was good. I did like the comedy. I did like some of the fourth wall breaks and the gags, but that last episode where she literally goes beyond the fourth wall and actually confronts this machine called Kevin, I was like, right, this is beyond Deadpool fourth wall breaking. I mean, I like Tatiana Maslany as an actress. I think she was great in this too as She-Hulk. I like that we got Mark Ruffalo back as Professor Hulk and how we see him, how he explains that mid-credit cameo in Shang-Chi and how he's, and also how we see in the trailers he's got his arm all right and how he explains all that and how it introduces his son, Scar, in the MCU and how we get to see Tim Roth return as Abomination and stuff. But this show was quite trashy. I like that we got Daredevil back in this and we got to see him in his suit and full action and that. But this was just a bit of a trashy show. I gotta admit, there were moments where I was like almost wanting to rage quit, but I stuck through it and I'm glad I did. But yeah, this was just a bit of a slap in the face, really. So let's get on with our top 10 now. So number 10 is I Am Groot, taking place between the first two Guardians of the Galaxy movies, where we see Baby Groot have his own little adventures in short films. And I enjoyed that series, watching them all on Disney Plus. And we got Rocket Raccoon featured in the last episode, in the last short. It was a fun one, and I enjoyed watching it. I wish they could have made a bit more longer ones, but you know, it's an easy watch. So coming in at number 9 is Hawkeye. I like that we got to see Jeremy Renner take the lead in an MCU project, and you know we got to see the return of some old and new some new characters in there. I love that we got Kingpin back, Vincent D'Onofrio, because yeah, it was a fun 6-part series, and it was a good Christmas treat. It was set around the holidays, and as I said, I enjoyed watching the series. So coming in at number 8 is WandaVision. Now this, for me, I like the whole decade, the sitcom settings spanning the decades. And, Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany doing great in this. I like that we got the introduction of Agatha Harkness, and we're going to see more of her to come in her own Disney Plus series. It didn't make sense at first, but I'm glad I kept watching because it all did click and make sense in the end. And it was a great way to kick off the 4th phase, during our second lockdown at the start of 2021. Coming in at number 7, we have Ms. Marvel. So this was obviously setting things in motion for the Marvels in the next few years or so. We got a Brie Larson cameo. I loved the character of Ms. Marvel, how she was like not just she was like the first Muslim superhero to be introduced into the MCU. I love the cartoon clips, skits we got in this with her character and how we see her develop into this superhero and how it actually confirmed and introduced us and confirming that we do have mutants in that MCU, in that universe. It was a great show and I enjoyed watching. Coming in at number 6 is Moon Knight. I enjoyed this one. Yeah, it did some changes like it did. Because in the comics, Moon Knight is a mortal man with DID and Moon Knight is one of his personas. But in this, they decided to go full fantasy, introduce the Egyptian gods into the MCU. And we had some good comedic moments. We had some good action moments. I really enjoyed this series. Oscar Isaacs was great. I don't know if they're going to do another series or not. People saying they should do that. If they do, I'll be up for that. But yeah, Ethan Hawke was a good antagonist as well in this one. And I like the look of Moon Knight and stuff in it. So, number 5 is What If Season 1. I like this series. You know, it was animated, it was anthology, it explored different universes by what could happen by by a simple change. And I like that, you know, Jeffrey Wright voicing the Watcher, how we got like some of our regular stars back, like Chris Hemsworth, you know, Michael Rooker, Josh Brolin, Haley Atwell, and also the late great Chadwick Boseman, even Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. It was a good multiverse show, and I enjoyed watching it. And they are doing a second season of it, which I look forward to seeing. At number 4, it is The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and this follows, you know, Sam Wilson thinking he's not worthy of the mantle till he realises he must take on the mantle, and I loved his Captain America suit we got in this. Sebastian Stan was great, as well as Bucky Barnes, how he was also, you know, recovering from his sleeper agent, and, you know, how he was, you know, trying to turn over a new leaf and stuff. It was a good action series. I liked how it set things in motion for the Thunderbolts that we've got to come in the MCU's 5th phase. So yeah, this was a good 6-part series as well. So coming in at number 3, it is Loki Season 1, and this really took us into the multiverse saga here. So following Loki from the events of the Avengers, the first Avengers film where he escapes in Endgame with the Tesseract, and then he goes into the TVA, and we get to see, you know, Loki become a recruit for the TVA, the Time Variance Authority, how we got to see different variants of Loki, including Sylvie, a female variant, and how it introduced us to one variant of the next saga's big bad, Kang the Conqueror. And this Kang, he was bad, but he was actually holding back all the other evil variants of Kang, and we have another variant of him to see in, you know, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, which will kick off Phase 5 of the movies. And yeah, it was a great series, and I'm glad that it's coming back for a second season. If I'm right, this will come out in 2023. So these next two, the bottom two, are specials, and the first one is Werewolf by Night. I really enjoyed this special, and I really hope we get to see more of this as well, because it, you know, did something different. It pushed boundaries. We got to see werewolves in the MCU, and I love the werewolf effects. It was classic Wolfman Lon Chaney Jr. werewolf. I love the cinematography, how it acknowledged and referenced the classic Universal monster movies. I love that we got to see, you know, Man-Thing in there. I just love the black and white cinematography we got throughout a majority of this one, except for the final scene. That went into colour, but I didn't mind that. It was a good special and a great treat for Halloween. And my number 1 pick, it is Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special. This was a nice Christmas treat. We got to see the Guardians in there. It was under an hour long, and they made it work. I loved the songs they did for the show. I loved, you know, we got to see the Guardians. I love that we got to see Kevin Bacon. It was a nice Christmas treat, and that end scene really melted my heart. It was a great, you know, short, and that's why I put it at my number 1 spot. So there you go, my ranking of the MCU Disney Plus shows and specials. And that was part 2 of this video. Like I said, you can watch part 1 on my channel on the films of the MCU. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So let me know down in the comments below, how would you rank these? And if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Feel free to share with your friends and to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I've been Random Ross, and this has been my MCU Phase 4 ranking part 2, the shows and specials. So until next time, I bid you all a goodbye, friends, goodbye.